The weirdo QAnon sect that has been waiting in Dallas for the resurrection of JFK and JFK Jr. have become a danger to themselves. Numerous members of the family of a woman, according to the Daily Beast, who reportedly abandoned her husband and children in Delaware to follow a Trump-supporting QAnon leader named Michael Brian Protzman to Dallas, has been drinking a mixture of chemicals containing industrial bleach, among other chemicals, which she apparently distributes among the group. Already, this is a horrifying story. Not good at all. In fact, the outlet that first reported this was the Dallas Observer. She said to them, she was proud to tell us that she was the one mixing it up and giving it to everybody. One of the relatives told the outlet. So this is disastrous. Very, very bad turn. Very dangerous turn for a group of people who are already not right in the head. Just not right at all. Even for QAnon, these people are very, very troubled. All right? Very troubled. I mean, you have to be troubled in order to drop your family to wait for JFK Jr. to come back from the dead, because he is dead, to try to run for president, which I'm not even sure how that's going to work with Donald Trump on a QAnon platform, even though the whole purpose of QAnon, or the whole thing behind the QAnon conspiracy theory, is that it's the Democrats that are Satan-worshipping pedophiles that are eating children and drinking their blood or something like that. You realize JFK was a Democrat. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Nothing makes sense here. And by the way, again, this is no longer, and you know, some of these earlier stories, I was laughing at them, right? No, this is out of the realm of the comical, and it's now into the dangerous. It's into the dangerous. Now, let's get into more details, right? So now the woman had gotten into the QAnon movement back in 2018, according to her son, Sean Leake, who was unable to be reached by the Daily Beast on Monday. While the family didn't specify why the group was drinking a potent chemical mixture, they said that their relative is an ardent anti-vaxxer. She's always been into, you know, natural remedies, getting aluminum out of deodorant, things like that, Leake said in a December 10th interview, but that led to anti-vaxxing, and anti-vaxxing led to QAnon. So right there, I mean, that's the pipeline in action. That's the rabbit hole, the conspiracy rabbit hole, which is enhanced by social media algorithms. Since so much of our social media, by the way, is focused on engagement for profit, not for your profit, but for theirs, the algorithm is programmed to serve you up more and more what they consider to be engaging content, which happens to be content that enrages you, generally, makes you feel emotions. So the whole purpose is to get you to continue clicking, watching, and staying engaged. Now, grifters have figured out how to use that algorithm to make money by using conspiracy theories like anti-vax, QAnon. They do that by disseminating these conspiracies, racking up views, racking up revenue, and then, by the way, making their own stores, setting up their own online outlets, or, you know, making deals with some of these grifters that are doing grift videos that sell dubious cures to convince people, or I should say, cures to people that they've already convinced will help them. That's who they're selling the cures for. So that's it. I mean, those things being, by the way, stuff that we've talked about in the show before. Colloidal silver. The radioactive pendants to try to protect people from 5G by, you know, I guess poisoning them with radiation. Ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine being used off-label for COVID when it hasn't been proven at all to have been effective for COVID. All of these things, according to the FDA, have not been approved for any of those uses. In fact, part of the Kool-Aid that they're handing out is something called chlorine dioxide. Now, according to the FDA, has not been shown to be safe and effective for any use, including COVID-19. In fact, it's incredibly dangerous. Ingestion can lead to respiratory failure, potentially fatal abnormal heart rhythm, life-threateningly low blood pressure, acute liver failure, and the rapid destruction of red blood cells. Nonetheless, you have grifters out here that continue to keep selling it, calling it things like miracle mineral solution, miracle mineral supplement, master mineral solution, and chlorine dioxide protocol. So, look, it's straight up poison. And that's what it is. But that does not stop people from making a buck, because we live in capitalism. And so, in fact, here's a story. Members of a Florida family that were selling this chlorine dioxide through their Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing in Bradenton were arrested by federal agents in 2020 after reportedly earning more than $1 million in sales from their so-called miracle poison elixir. That's one of the ingredients, along with industrial bleach, that people are drinking in Dallas right now. Right now. I mean, it's really horrifying to see what has been going on right now. And by the way, the person that's leading them is Michael Protzman. Michael Protzman is a 58-year-old QAnon so-called influencer who's also a Holocaust denier and who's also an alleged domestic abuser. This guy is a dangerous nut, according to his long arrest record. And again, his soon-to-be ex-wife, who's trying to get a divorce, he allegedly physically used physical violence against her. Now, he's leading a cult of people and getting them to drink poison. This is Jonestown 2.0. And unfortunately, I do not have a lot of hope that this is, going to end well. Okay? I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I've seen way too many stories of tragedy, of these cults and these cult leaders and these cultists, the people that follow them and drink the Kool-Aid. I have a feeling that this is going to end in tragedy. And I hope that there's something that we can do to prevent that. But I just don't know. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.